Hi, welcome back to Team Old Sheep Reviews. Now, you may remember this, but you remember this? I've got a copy of my memory card on the Taranis. As you can see, there's the standard folders. If I open the sounds folder, you may have different languages there. I've deleted the other language, so I've only got EN, which stands for English. So if I open that, you'll see a list of all the sounds. Now I've got the amber sounds, so that they're it's quite full. As you can see, there's 418 items in this folder. Anyway, at the bottom you will see called Z Beauty, Z Danger and Z Law. They are the three different sound files that I've already put in here. Now if I go to the information or get properties, if you're using Windows, and I don't know whether you can see, but on the left hand side there, right, you will see that audio channels 1, in other words mono, sample rate 32,000, bits per sample 16, which is very, very important because you need to convert the files through a conversion software to get those very settings. If they aren't 32,000 and 16-bit sample rate, it will not work on your Taranis. So look at your properties. You're expecting to see a mono, one channel with a 32,000 sample rate and bits per sample 16. The rest of it, file names, like I said, keep the file name short, you won't have a problem. So what you need to do is get yourself a software converter. What kind of software converter? Let's have a look. Now what I've got, if I've got an audio file converter, you can see it's a WAV file I want it to be. I'm changing from an MP3 to a WAV file. Let me get it in the middle so you can see it better. 32,000 sample rate. Sample size, same as source. Encoding, same as source. Bitrate 16. So it's 32,000 and bitrate 16. So I can use this as a converter. Basically, find yourself a converter that will give you that output. So you want it mono and you want it 32,000. I've got a folder created and I've got MP3s in there. Now in there I've got some tracks. So all I need to do is get my super duper converter. Obviously this is Mac, Windows will be slightly different. With this particular one, I download it and drag it in and drop it in. Then asks you where you want to save it. So you open the folder where you want it to save to, and it goes whoop, and it goes through and converts it. So I'll shut that down. So if I look at the WAV file, there's a WAV file have appeared now there. So if I just do a properties on it, on Mac it's get info, and I drag this forward, you will see something strange has happened here. Is it's converted it to 32,016, but it's kept it as an audio 2 channel. No good. So it's converted the first stage, but it hasn't completed it. So what I need to do is, this is where this other WAV converter come in, because I can set this one to say audio format is a waveform, wave code. I'm going to have it as a 16-bit, as I said, so I'm going to leave it as 16-bit. Now the sample rate, same as source, channels mono. So I shall run it through this. So close that. I'll run the WAV file and I will drag it into there and I shall convert it through there. Right, so that's now done a conversion. I know it seems a bit long, there's lots of software out there. This is just the way I've done it. So I can close them down. So you'll now see that I have Benny Hill as a WAV file up there, actually saved. Now if I do a properties on this, get info, I drag that into view, you'll now see channels 1 sample rate 32,000 16-bit. So this is the file that I want. So what I need to do now is get the memory card out to my Taranis and put the sound in. Right, so how do we get the sounds on? So if I press menu and then I press and hold or go through until you get to the special functions. As you can see, if I scroll down, you can allocate a switch, which I've allocated this one, which is SC, and background music. If I just press enter on it, and then I go, so you're selecting the background music through the options, and then when you want to select the music, you just set whichever song you want. And I've only got them two at the moment, and that is all it is. So when I do that, it plays a sound file, which is a track by The Clash. I thought the Law on the Law one. If I select something else, zoom mode. Zoom mode. See, background music, it keeps playing. So, Z Law, I've saved it. Ooh. You're welcome. So as you can see, it plays any sound file. So they're the sound files that I've got on there. You'll notice that they are very short file names. It doesn't like you messing around with long file names. And that is as simple as that. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to exit out of there. Volume control. As you can see, set SF. Oh, I've got to allocate a switch. So I've allocated a switch SF. So that switch is there as SF. In the forward position where all my switches are, the volume is enabled. I can also select it to be in the positions, either position. But as you can see, the options I've selected is volume, and I've nominated the pot one switch, S1, which is that one. If I wanted to change it to S2, I just simply move S2, and it goes on to S2. As you can see, it's changed. If I do S1, so S1 is now the volume. You have to put the tick in the box. Without that tick in the box, it doesn't work. It's not a problem to actually program. You're basically selecting the switch on the left hand side. If I come down like the background music, oh, let me exit out there. Background music, select the switch you want it to be. So that switch is, if I select on the enter and it's flashing, I can then allocate the switch position. So I can switch that switch. I want it in that position, and as you can see, it's highlighted, it's selected. Press enter, that switch will now select. As you can see, it's bold, going bold when it's selected. So it's as simple as that. You go into the special functions and allocate the switch, allocate the function, which has lots of functions. It hasn't got to be music. I won't change it, because if I change it, I'll have to redo it again. But as you can have a little experiment there, you can say play value. You can flick a switch and it can tell you your battery voltage. Very, very handy. Remember this, right? As you saw, I've used this knob for my volume control. This knob I don't really use for anything. What I'm going to do is replace it for this. And that hopefully is going to sit in there and be a 6-position music selector switch. Ha ha!